So after a disappointing weekend where we lost to Man City, we finally got a win, and we are the first to beat Sunderland in their own home ground. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm just going to do a quick. Well, it's not morning after right now; it's already in the afternoon. But Liverpool won, Sunderland nil. We're the first team to beat Sunderland in the Stadium of Light. It's a great sign. Uh, and you know what? I really don't care whether it's an own goal or our captain scored from the header. A goal is a goal. 3 points is all that matters, right? Especially when we're looking at the table right now, especially the day before Manchester United dropped points. While we were playing Sunderland, Chelsea dropped points. So we are keeping pace with the Champions League spot. I hope that it will be a top five instead of a top four, just like last season, because we're 3 points behind Manchester United. So we really have to keep pace with with Man United and Chelsea, going into the final stretch of the Premier League season. Now, let's in other news, I would say that Thomas Frank. Well, let's talk about Thomas Frank for just a very quick moment. As we all know, Thomas Frank has been sacked by Tottenham Hotspur. 8 months. You can see it was a failure at Tottenham, but at the same time, if the board has made the decision to sack Thomas Frank, who's going to go in to replace Thomas Frank until the end of the season at least? You see, this is why in a previous video I said I was slot in until the end of the season. All right, and I already made my reasons known in that particular video. And this is why I when I look at like Thomas Frank being sacked, I kind of wonder, like, I mean, obviously I'm not a Tottenham fan. I could banter Tottenham, but on a more serious note, who's going to replace Tottenham? You know what I mean? Like, who is going to be qualified to be interim and at least steer the ship known as the Tottenham Hotspur ship, because they are sinking into relegation right now as we speak. If you go to the DR Sports channels, you would see Abby Summers, ranting about the relegation. Expressions is gonna be seething about the relegation, but as Tottenham fans, they have every reason to be, I guess, relieved that Thomas Frank's been sacked. But there's gonna be a bit of worry, because again, their fixtures are not easy as well. As far as I know, they're gonna host Arsenal in their next league game. So what happens there? And then the rest of the fixtures are not easy for them either. Not to mention they're gonna come to Anfield, and we need this. We need to win as much as they do. So who knows? And so that's why I would say, is sacking Thomas Frank a good decision? I don't know, but we'll see. But then again, that's why I did not want Arne Slot sacked halfway through the season, even though a lot of fans are saying Slot out. But again, if you say Slot out and let's say Alonso in, right? How is he going to steer the ship? And if he doesn't win silverware, replacing Arne Slot midway through the season, then is all the plastic fans going to go after Xabi Alonso? You know what I mean? So I didn't want that cycle to repeat again with the Brendan Rodgers Jurgen Klopp thing that happened a decade ago. I didn't want the same thing for Slot and Alonso. I rather Slot finish the season. Hopefully he can win a trophy, and then Alonso takes over. That's my take on it. So moving forward, we're gonna have the FA Cup fourth round, and we are gonna be hosting Brighton. So this will be the first step for Arne Slot to at least win a trophy. We're already out of the Carabao Cup. Speaking of which, Arsenal and Manchester City are going to face each other in the Carabao Cup. But back to the FA Cup, we are in the fourth round against Brighton. My prediction score, if we can perform against Brighton the same way we did in the league at Anfield, because we did win 2-0 at Anfield against Brighton, then I think we'll be all right. Then I think that's the scoreline that I'll go for, 2-0 to Liverpool to advance to the fifth round, and then we just focus on the league from there. So this is actually going to be a very short. This is going to be a short video. So as always, I'll just end it here. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See.